Chào mừng các bạn đã quay trở lại với Ozymo, tựa game Hogwart Legacy. Ta cùng tiếp tục chơi nào. Mình có cái nhiệm vụ The Third Trial rồi này. The Third Trial thì mình có nên làm luôn không nhỉ? Hay là làm nhiệm vụ khác trước? Thôi, mình đi gặp Poppy trước. Ở khu rừng bị cấm. Đâu nhỉ? Ở đây. May quá có được di chuyển đây luôn. Mấy cái nhiệm vụ chính để sau đi. Ok.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Ê, tối không? Cái tối ấy nhỉ? Mình có cảm giác như là do ray tracing ấy. Ray tracing, shadow. Nó vẫn tối là thế nào nhỉ? Vô lý. Ok. Thế nên mình tắt thì sao? Mình tắt đi nó có ấy không? Có sáng không? Nó vẫn không sáng các bạn ạ. Có thể là do trong khu rừng này nó tối vậy thôi. Mình chẳng biết nữa. Bởi mình sợ là nếu mà để nó tối quá thì các bạn sẽ xem nó rất là khó chịu. Lên YouTube nó sẽ compress lại, nó còn tối nữa. Rồi.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I hope they can tell we're sincere, but Poppy, centaurs are just centaurs. They can't read your mind any better than I could.
Perhaps you're right. It's just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me. He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps explain a bit about what we saw back at Horntail Hall. Of course, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. Even the centaurs won't know.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fine.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Revelio.
Không có gì ở đây hết. Ok. Đi đây. Ai không, mình đang làm cái này mà, từ từ làm dở cái này. Ủa? Bây giờ lại phải chờ à? Ok, làm nhiệm vụ trổi bay đi. Về Hogwart. Đây rồi. Trổi bay này. Ai? Ui, sao vậy? Shit. Thôi để sau đi. Thôi về gặp Natty xem nào. Đâu nhỉ? West Natty Track. Phải chờ đến sáng à?
I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I
Thực
tried
sự
to
là mình
go
không
on
thích cái
without
nhân vật Natty lắm các bạn ạ.
It became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Trong 3 câu chuyện của Natty này, của Poppy với cả của Sebastian ấy, thì mình thấy Sebastian là một người có cốt truyện hay nhất, rất là hấp dẫn lôi cuốn luôn. Và hai người còn lại thì cũng tạm tạm vậy à. Không hứng thú lắm.
Sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Rồi. Bức tượng. Đồng phục. À, nó nhớ ra mình vẫn còn vài bộ đồng phục mình chưa giám định cơ. Giám định đi, chờ đợi gì nữa. Đây rồi. Ô, đây rồi. Mũ mới. Nhiều defense nữa không? Increase damage with petrificers. Cái này là được. Này chẳng có nào mạnh hơn, cái này ngon nhất rồi. Kính. Không. Áo choàng. Áo choàng này ngon nhất rồi. Khăn quàng cổ cũng là offense à? Giờ mình mới biết nha. Thế không có cái gì hot cả. Map. Giờ còn quét gì không nhỉ? Hết rồi. Chắc mình phải làm nhiệm vụ này thôi. Nó ở dưới thôi. Này. Liệu có bơi xuống được không nhỉ? Không thì phải. Rồi. Đi đường nào nhỉ? Cái này có xuống được không? Không, xuống được. Làm gì đây? Nói chuyện được không? Không.
Revelio. Alohomora.
Dear Professor Hogwart, Elite Pick, I would more than happy to take my ex's buff skin hair. Không có gì hot. Còn gì không?
What do we have here? A demiguise.
Ồ, cái này hay nhỉ. Ôi, chết tôi, cháy rồi. À không, tưởng nó cháy cơ.
Revelio.
Không còn gì hot. Nhà kho đằng sau à? Ha. Ủa, chói thế nhỉ. Nhà kho đằng sau này không thể nào thoát khỏi mình đâu.
Alohomora.
Gì đấy? Găng tay. Vậy. Được rồi. Ôi, nó dẫn đi bơi à? Nani? Gì vậy? What? Bạn thấy không? Hả? What the heck? Dưới này có cái gì không? Mình nghĩ ở trong này nó sẽ có một cái gì đó. Không có. Ây, chết. Ui, 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 ui. Không có à? Vô lý. Không có thật các bạn. Gì đây? Lại puzzle à?
Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo.
Vậy.
I should investigate. Revelio.
Hết rồi. Vậy thôi à? Mini puzzle vậy thôi. Rồi, thế nhỉ? Cái map chamber đấy không có ấy các bạn nhỉ, không có flu flame nhỉ, dịch sử tức thời á. Cái cầu này trong Steam có này. Không xuống được. Mình có tin được cái này không? Dẫn đường trong này xám xí cực kỳ luôn. Xám quá. Cái pip đâu ra vậy?
I hear other hospitals.
Nữa này. Sẽ ra ngoài nhỉ? The fuck, cái này bị lỗi rồi. Các bạn ạ, lỗi rồi. Map chamber có xuống được không? Untrack. Untrack. Lại dẫn đường là sai à? Nani? Nó xuống cái hồ đấy hả? Không phải, nó có đường khác đi mà. Bị lỗi gì đó rồi.
Revelio.
Đây là common room của Gryffindor. Đúng vậy. Violet.
Confringo. Revelio.
Ok. Thôi, làm nhiệm vụ thôi. Chờ lâu quá rồi.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Có thể các bạn không biết chứ những
How will I gain access to the
những cái
headmaster's
portraits,
office?
những
Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
cái chân dung này nó không có tác dụng gì các bạn, nó không phải là người thật đâu. Nó chỉ là một cái phần gọi là nó tưởng nó giống như là người thật nhưng không phải. Và chỉ có những cái chân dung của các cái hiệu trưởng của Hogwarts ấy là có phần nào là khá là giống thôi. Bởi vì nó được gọi là gì nhỉ? Mình chẳng nhớ nó được cho vào cái gì trong lúc mà hiệu trưởng còn sống ấy. Mình chẳng nhớ là cái gì nữa. Quên. Còn lại những bức tranh khác thì nó cũng không phải là người thật, chẳng có tác dụng quá gì. Nó chỉ nói giống như là người nhưng mà không phải là người. Chỉ có hiệu trưởng ấy thì họ được dân họ là tại vị ấy, thì họ được cho cái gì ấy. Bức tranh lúc nào cũng được học hỏi từ họ thì nó sẽ giống người thật hơn. Và nếu mà bức tranh muốn được treo lên ấy thì hiệu trưởng phải chết ở trong trường, có nghĩa là được tại vị ấy, thì mới được treo ở trong trường. Hiệu trưởng mà như kiểu là không còn làm ở đây nữa, một đi chỗ khác ấy, thì bức tranh sẽ không treo lên. Thế là như vậy, Hogwarts là như vậy. Thế mình nhớ thế. Bướm này đây. Bướm đây nhỉ? Kệ cha đi. Giáo sư Fig.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Ơ. Buồn cười.
Professor, a moment of your time, please.
Oh yeah.
Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp.
Không ổn.
I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
What could the headmaster want?
Weasley.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Headmaster? Here, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt! Where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes! Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Ai thiệt chứ?
Something is very wrong with Professor Black. Dittany and Boobertuber pus. Moustache paste.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Purebloods? A pureblood?
A word?
What?
Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Oh my god.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Buồn cười vãi chưởng. Ủa, hôm nay mới được à?
Anything I've been doing?
Ah.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Great Hall.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Oh.
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may,
I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Yeah.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Biết rồi.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope is doing.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Biết chưa?
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now, to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Thú vị ha. Ủa, phòng của Headmaster ở đâu ấy nhỉ? Mình cũng chẳng nhớ nữa. Ôi, trên này. Dây. Cầu thang nhìn nguy hiểm nhỉ? Nhưng mà đang đi mà nó biến mất thì sao? Thì rơi chết đấy con à. Ảo thế. Có cái gì đây? How F Armor cái này là cho đây. Oh. Chest ở đây, làm sao để mở được? À. Mình lười đọc lắm, các bạn đọc thì đọc nhé.
Revelio.
Ok. Ồ. Cách mình bỏ lỡ ấy kìa. Ở trong phòng này.
Alohomora. Revelio.
Nhiều chest. Lại chết to nữa này.
Alohomora.
Yo.
Revelio.
Nhiều chest thế. Shit. Bên này á? À bên đây không mà. Professor Haggard. At Discards, I have corresponded with my goblin acquaintances at Green God. All have condemned Rangrock's action, and some have privately considered that his motive may not be what they seem. Sharp nói với cả bà Haggard.
Revelio.
Hay phết, cái này mình có nhiều thông tin về cốt truyện, các bạn có thể đọc.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password.
The headmaster office gargoyle. The staircase that leads to headmaster office is guarded by an enchanted gargoyle that will let only those who know the password enter. Bên kia có cái chết to kìa. Gì đây? Puzzle à? Không có chìa khóa không mở được.
Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
Mũ này. The sorting hat. The enchanted hat was created by the four founders of Hogwart, and the mean by which students would be let into which one of the four school houses. Skills at okay. What see into the wearer head allow it to determine the thought and ability.
Alohomora.
Ui. Chest này. Bọn này về là vớ vỡ rồi. Dear Phineas, the children had been asking about your return. Đây là ai nhỉ? Mình chẳng nhớ nữa. Nghe tên lạ lắm. Có thể là đọc truyện sẽ biết thì mình không nhớ luôn.
Alohomora.
Chết, bên ngoài này ra được bên ngoài này. Lại một khóa nữa. Đùa.
Aurora.
Bộ bộ phẫu thuật. Ở đây chìa khóa này. The key. Xịn nhỉ?
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
The fuck? Tự nhiên ai gọi mình nhỉ?
That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald, can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
Cloak. Áo choàng.
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Dash Shadow. Không mở được cửa. Đây. Bye bye.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. I need to time this just right.
Rồi.
I see. A staircase straight ahead.
Đâu? À, staircase này. À, chúng ta có thể skip đoạn này được này. Nhưng mà không, skip làm gì?
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
Shit. Làm gì nữa?
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
Chà.
That's where I need to go. But I need to find a way past them.
Chờ thôi. Thời gian mình có mà. Đông thế xung quanh thì này. Ui. Nhìn bản đồ xem. Chi chít các bạn. Chi chít luôn. Ôi, an toàn rồi. Ít thôi. Mở được cửa không? Không.
Nothing this way but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way.
Cái ngay cửa này có vấn đề mà thấy nó.
That doorway looks like the only safe way forward.
Hey.
Now's my chance.
Yeah.
That's the way forward.
Đây rồi. Áo choàng. Áo choàng đúng không?
Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
Nó sẽ tàng hình đấy. Nhà. À, bây giờ mình có thể đi được mà chúng nó không nhìn thấy mình luôn.
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now, where are you, Neve?
Thú vị nhỉ?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
Mysterious One. Cái này giống đũa của... Của ai bạn biết rồi đấy.
I've never felt such power.
Đánh nhau thôi, đến lúc rồi. À, có phép gì nào? Không có phép gì ngoài phép này. Mình có gì? Bomba này. Diffuser, Descendo này. Nó không mở được nó rồi. Lừa vào. Wow. Đánh nhau, đến lúc đánh nhau rồi.
Revelio.
Ồ, Có gì nút không? Mở cửa không? Nhau à? Mạnh phết nhỉ. Một skill 1000 máu các bạn ạ. Quá là mạnh. Nữa hả? Còn á, đỡ phát nhiều thế. Rộng thế. Rộng này chắc đánh boss. Có sai đâu, đậu rộng là chỉ đánh boss thôi. Ok. Đánh. Rồi. 21.000 à? Đây, vươn. Ai. Boss này. Nữa. Ui, shit. Ui. Hết tiện. Chết mày đi. Bây rồi. Không chạy được. Đi bộ thôi. Tập này hơi dài rồi đấy, hơn tiếng rồi các bạn ơi.
Simple stone. This must be for me.
Không chưa vậy? Chắc không rồi đấy. Mình đoán thế.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead.
I can't believe she's dead.
Dear sweet Neve. Dead.
Oh. Bà ấy chết à?
Neve, why? May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
Chính là bà ấy.
You found me.
Ui.
But you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there's no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands.
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Thú vị.
Revelio.
Có gì hot ở đây không? Không.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young. I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizard kind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was, and she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragbor.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Là xong rồi. 9 trên 14 quest chính, được hơn nửa rồi các bạn ạ. Quyển sách này. Ok. Wow. Thú vị đúng không? Chúng ta dừng tập này đây các bạn nhé. Xin chào, hẹn gặp lại các bạn tập tiếp theo.